Hi everyone, what is up today? Today I'm building another house. Actually no, it's not a house today. It's a nightclub. This one is themed like a bank. So basically, hear me out. This is the idea with it. So the build's in Windenburg, and it's kind of near like the waterfront area. And obviously it's all like community lots over there. So I wanted to build another community lot. But I think this lot actually replaces the pool. But there's already quite a lot of like nightclubs and like places to go out nearby. So I figured let's just build another one around here because it's got quite a good nightlife vibe to it. So the kind of idea with this was to create a bank that's being converted into a nightclub. So basically like there was once a bank here and it was like the central bank of Windenburg. But the bank made even more money and they kind of outgrew this little bank. Well, it's not little, but they outgrew this bank. And in the end, they decided, you know what, we're going to up sticks and move. So the bank kind of became empty. But I don't know if it's the same in all countries, but in the UK, there's this thing that happens to, especially like more old buildings or buildings that have got like historical importance. They get classified as what's called a listed building, which means they can't really be knocked down, and any building work, conversion work to them they have to get approved by like this kind of organisation called English Heritage. So this is now like a listed building in Windenburg. So it's a bank, but it's not being used as a bank anymore. But they can't demolish the building, and also you wouldn't want to demolish a building like this. It looks quite nice from the outside, and it's quite. If it was really an old building, obviously I'm just building it now, but use your imagination. If this was actually an old building, you probably would want to, it would be quite cool to use the old building for what it is. So anyway, the bank itself, this is how the building works. So the nightclub, the upper floors of this building, they're not really used for anything. They are like furnished as offices, and I guess the club that owns the nightclub, the people that own the nightclub might want to use them as their offices, so where they do like the tickets and all that kind of stuff, all the admin stuff for the nightclub could actually happen in those offices that are still up there. But in general, like when you actually play in this building, you're not going to use the upper floors. There's little incentive to do so. However, where the club is actually downstairs. So every bank should have a vault, and I basically turned the vault into a nightclub, and I thought it looked like really cool. So it's called Voltage. Bit of a play on the words vault and then voltage, because like it's kind of like an electronic and kind of electronic dubstep kind of themed nightclub. It's quite loud, bassy music, but there's like VIP areas. There's like loads of cool places, and you'll see in a minute, like as we go into the basement, kind of how it works. So essentially, the entrance area to the bank, or now nightclub, looks like it's been untouched. So you still got all like the counters and stuff where people would go and sort out like the reception and stuff like that, where people might have to take money out of their accounts, put money in their accounts, pay bills and stuff like that, as they would have done. That's all still there. But what it would be used for nowadays is maybe like a ticket office. So if there's like a big event going on, and you need a ticket for it, then maybe you can buy your tickets there. And then, like, I don't know, I just thought it was a really cool idea and it made a lot of sense. It took a while to get the staircase in the right position. And the floor that we're building now, this ends up just being the toilets. Nice big toilets in this nightclub. And the reason why I use this floor as the toilets is because I kind of wanted them out the way of the club itself, but still fully accessible. So it's literally just one flight of stairs to get to them. And then and the other thing as well, putting them here gives it a lot more space, so it doesn't look like they're just crammed in without meaning. They're actually meaningfully placed. So I thought that was quite a cool idea. And then as we go down to the lower floors, you've got the So this club features quite a large VIP area. The cool thing about the VIP area, you'll see it more as it's getting built, but essentially, obviously staff can enter the VIP area and celebrities can enter it, but regular Sims can't, unless they bribe the bouncer. And basically what I've done is, to get to the behind the bar, you need to go through the VIP area, so regular Sims won't just be able to walk behind the bar. But also there's also a stage, and to get onto the stage, you have to go through the VIP area, which I also thought was a cool idea, because if you think about it, if you're going on stage, you're probably a bit of a celebrity anyway. So it makes sense that you'd go through the VIP area. But also, even if you're not a celebrity, if you're just hired to perform at the club, you'll be allowed access through the VIP area. Like, the game recognises that sim needs to work there, and it will still let them through. And the other cool kind of effect that this had is, when you actually play the game, if you bring your Sims to the club, any celebrities that are in the club will actually be able to get up on stage. So your Sim will be on the dance floor looking at the DJ on stage. But because I've used a platform, they can't actually get onto the stage from the dance floor. They have to get onto the stage, you have to go through the VIP area. And this is good for two reasons, because it keeps celebrities and the Sims separated, but it means the Sims can still see the celebrity, but they can't interact in the same way. So it kind of gives the celebrity a bit of space, but they're still able to dance on the DJ booth kind of thing. There was also like a more private kind of seating area that the celebrities can use as well. There's also only one bar in this lot. It does look like there should be 3 bars, but I've only got one actual functioning bar, and the reason is because it's only ever going to put one bar person or barmaid or bar mixologist, what they're called. It's only ever going to put one of them in the lot at one time. Like, you can never have more than one. So there's no need to put more bars. And the issue is, if I put like 2 or 3 bars, then the bar person mixologist might go and occupy one of them bars, and that's fine to an extent. But if the bar in the main dance floor doesn't have any staff, but then the one in the VIP area does, it means only people that have access to the VIP area can get a drink, and I didn't want that. So we kind of changed it around, and yeah, there's only going to be one functioning bar, but it looks like there's more. And the reason for it looking like there's more is for symmetry, and B, also most clubs do have like 2 or 3 bars, so I wanted to keep it realistic in that extent. The actual interior of this build though did take quite a while just to kind of arrange it, get it looking good. I used the Moschino windows as well in quite a few areas of the lot, which ended up looking quite cool. But yeah, so the Moschino windows kind of add like an arched, kind of curved aspect to the build. Yeah, just building this there still. I do crop out a little bit of the build because it does take quite a long time. And again, like there was about 6 hours of footage, and even at 8 times speed is kind of like the max I want to go. Any more than that, and it becomes quite hard to tell what I'm actually doing on screen. So I'd rather just crop out the footage that isn't that interesting to watch. But I always try and keep in like as much of the building itself, and then it's usually just some of the furnishing that gets cropped out. But anyway, now we're building like the counters where people would get served. So yeah, just adding some. I had to use kitchen counters here obviously because there is like one counter, I think, like a retail counter, but it's not going to do the job that I want it to do. And I quite like the tile effect that you have on top of those counters. It kind of gave it more like a detail, and cool. And then here we've got like a central sort of, I don't know, this kind of reminds me, if you've ever been to Grand Central Station in New York, I don't know why, but like the big golden thing in the middle, in actual Grand Central it's a clock, and that's where you go buy your tickets, but in this it's a globe, and it's where you go buy your tickets. Well, you don't in The Sims, but it's where in real life you could go buy your tickets. I didn't really know what to do with the upstairs at first. I was going to make it like a museum, but in the end it just sort of becomes as it probably would have been originally, which is just I guess where people maybe go make mortgage claims or have a meeting with their bank advisor, however you want to do it. But yeah, it was quite a fun build, actually. Especially this bit. I love making offices in this game. It's annoying because you can't really use them for anything. Like, you can, but it'd be cool if this was, like, you could build a functioning bank, but I don't think we'll see that, and it's not on the top of my priority list of things that I'd like to see in the game, but it would be cool. And there's probably a mod where you can do that, but I don't use mods in my game, because if you use mods, it's kind of just like, if you put the houses up for download, then when someone downloads it, they have to download the mod, and then it just becomes a bit annoying. So it's best to just not use mods, in my opinion. Well, no, use them, but if you're making a house for people to download, probably don't use mods. That's probably my advice. But there's some mods that are really popular that, like, a large percentage of the game users probably have downloaded anyway. But it's just not something I do. I don't like to mod the game because I like to play the game as is. Yeah, now we're going into the basement, and I kind of just skip the basement, as you can see. Yeah, we had like this black and white stripy wall covering. I thought that was quite a nice looking wallpaper, or paint, however it would be. I did skip adding like the lights and these like black bars everywhere. It just kind of made it more like feel like a vault. And I actually enlarged some of the gold bricks and put them on display so that it feels like you're actually in a bank vault. Another cool thing as well about the build is there is a wardrobe in this build, like one that you can get multiple Sims in. And if you've played the game, you know what that means. And yes, it does work. How it's expected to. Comment if you know what I'm talking about below. But you'll see why it's handy to have in the club. To get to it as well is quite cool, because basically it's at the bottom of the fire escape. And in real life, obviously the fire escape would be accessible from the dance floor area. But I actually put a window that looks like a door there because I didn't want Sims to use the fire escape to get into the main club. I want them to use the actual vault entrance when they come in. So there's quite a lot of fake doors in this lot. They're just windows that look like doors for that reason. There are other things actually in this lot as well. There's 2 cloakrooms. There's also like a backstage area with a dressing room and a makeup room. And then there's also, what else was it? Oh yeah, there's like a maintenance / lighting room where you can control like the effects, the lighting, whether you want like confetti or that kind of thing. And then we're just adding some posters as well, so it kind of looks like a bank inside. It's just a piggy bank poster, which is actually just a swatch on a regular poster that I think would get to work. So people might be wondering how I got that. It's not a cheat or even a mod, it is literally just a swatch on one of the other posters. Here we're building the VIP area. And there you go, there's the first fake bar that I was talking about. As you can see, it looks like a bar, but it just doesn't function as one. And I did add like a couple bits of Machino artwork, just continuing the theme with the windows outside, and I thought it looked quite luxurious, but also quite industrial. But yeah, only VIPs can go in that little seating bar area. People don't really use it, to be fair, when the lot's open, but it is cool. Like, I guess if I was playing the celebrity, I might use it a little bit more. Just add in some drinks. And just moving the TV so that it fits underneath the above counter units. There you go, just add in some more seating as well, because most clubs that I've been to, they have like a seating area. And then as you can see, the DJ booth is raised quite a fair bit on the stage. And that's the thing, so Sims can get, your Sim can use the DJ booth, but they have to be a VIP to get to it, which is good, yeah, I think. And then I couldn't pick a covering for the dance floor. In the end, I went for like an orange version of what you see on the screen. And there you go, that's just changing that to another fake bar. The fake bars in this lot, you can tell because they've got bar stools at them, and the regular bar, I took away the bar stools because they kind of get in the way a little bit. And then we just add in the backstage areas to the to the stage. And then this is like, we had some of these windows, and one of them is like a fake fire exit, because you can't actually walk through it, but it leads to where the fire exit is, which you can get to, but you have to go up a floor and then around. You just have to go the long way around to stop, basically, so that Sims don't use that as the entrance. And then here's the dressing room. Ended up being quite an awkward shaped room, but it does the job it needs to do. Like, you wouldn't, like, as it is just one DJ normally going on stage, then you don't really need like a big dressing room. And then you've also got like a makeup area. And then that's about really it for the back of stage areas. You do add like a couple doors around just so people can kind of do their thing. And then some more Machino rugs and stuff just to fit the kind of Machino style that's been going on around the rest of the lot. But yeah, it's going, just sort of adding more paint jobs now. Like, it's not really much else going on. Oh, these are the effects machines that came with Get Famous, and that's where you control it. So you can have like the different lighting effects. So if you want to control, like, if you want to add, I think it's confetti and bubbles, and I think you can even drop money using the lighting machine, which is pretty cool. But it just adds a bit more detail as well to the lot. And it's all, any sim can actually use that room as well. That's not connected to the VIP area. But you see that there was like a door into the dressing room. That's not actually a door, that's a window. So you can't get to the from the dressing room to the kind of lighting room. Like in real life you would be able to, but in The Sims I blocked it off. And like you could just lock the door and make it a door and just lock it, but not everyone would know to do that, so I just thought, let's just make it a window. You saw the closet go in there as well. The closet where, yes, you can weeping. I have play tested this, and it actually does work surprisingly well. And then just adding some more bits of furniture, just to give it like a look of a more like a busy, thriving club rather than just an empty show club. But anyway, that's pretty much the build done. There's a little bit more to come. But yeah. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more videos as they come along in the future. Bye.